Welcome to the Kansas City Weather Report. I'm meteorologist Wes Peary. Today is Thursday, April 30th, and here is what's up with the weather. We will start off this episode once again talking about the bad weather that occurred days ago. The National Weather Service is still surveying damage. Uh, they got a lot of ground to cover. There were a lot of storms that happened on Sunday and Monday. But we did learn yesterday that two more tornadoes were discovered. One that is, or rather, that began near Marshall and then ended up in mid-Missouri. This thing was on the ground for 35 miles, and it managed to cross the Missouri River 3 times. So the Missouri River meanders around Saline County. Like it goes, like the part of the Missouri River that we know in Kansas City, right? It goes from generally west to east. Once you get in mid-Missouri, it changes direction and starts to go from north to south, and then it just kind of like meandering around. So this tornado cut through the river 3 times. So it just goes to show you that if you live near a river, or you think that like a river or some body of water is magically keeping you safe from a tornado, it's not. It's not at all. In fact, this was an EF2 tornado that was on the ground again for like 35 miles, and it knocked out the power and the water, I think, for like the entire city of Glasgow. That's along the Missouri River in Howard County. And then there was another small tornado that happened south of Tonganoxie near Reno. That's in Leavenworth County. It was actually decently strong. It was an EF1. For how long it was on the ground, which was a 0.2 of a mile, pretty strong for a brief little tornado there. So that brings the total tornado count for Sunday night and Monday up to 6. Our total count for the entire month of April up to 18, the whole year up to 19. And I'm only talking about like our portions of Kansas and Missouri, like eastern Kansas and then western Missouri. There have been more tornadoes than that throughout the states, but the part that I have to care about the most for my job is those portions. And it's been 19. And we're just now beginning to get into the historical part of the most active part of tornado season. I hope we hit the peak early. I hope we did. I hope we just went through the peak because it's been a little wild. Okay, let's get to the forecast now. The future cast. Looking forward. The clouds, they went away overnight. They're back this morning. It's still chilly, like 45 degrees out there this morning. The lunchtime, it'll be close to 60, and it'll be near 65 this afternoon. There is a pretty good chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms to move through between generally 2 and 7 p.m. I don't know how the coverage is going to be. The rain chance is at 50% for today. So I think there will be some showers and storms around. I just don't know how widespread they will be. And there could be some small hail with this. I think this is a little bit different scenario than what happened earlier this week when a storm just drove right through town and dropped hail. A little different, but still could be some small hail with that. Temperatures on Friday morning are near 40, maybe in the upper 30s. Then Friday is 65. Feels great. Saturday morning, again, in the 30s. I think Saturday morning is a better bet of being in the 30s than Friday morning. We're just talking about like 2 or 3 degrees here. You're not really going to feel much of a difference. But nonetheless, if you have delicate, tender plants in the ground, you may need to cover them up Friday night into Saturday morning. Saturday, it's in the middle 60s. It's about 80 for Sunday, and it turns a little breezy for Sunday, 80s for Monday, and then around Tuesday, so it could be Monday night, could be Wednesday, but around Tuesday, there is the chance for thunderstorms and maybe even some strong to severe thunderstorms as well, just depending upon when this front comes through. If it manages to come through Monday evening, we may have some severe weather. If it comes through Tuesday morning, I guess we may still have some severe weather, but it doesn't look lower chances. Okay, less energy to work with if it comes through Tuesday morning. But we got to keep an eye on Monday night and Tuesday time frame for thunderstorms that could be severe with all types of severe weather possible. Tuesday though is my highest chance of rain overall. Near 70 for Tuesday, 60s for Wednesday and Thursday, like 60 to 65 for Wednesday and Thursday, and the rain may linger for the day on Wednesday as well. Then I think we'll quickly jump back into the 70s for next Friday and Saturday. And then, I mean, the way that the long range outlook is for the first half of May, and even like a little bit more than that, maybe the 2/3 of May, calling for below average temperatures means there's a good chance that we have a lot of days only in the 60s or near 70 degrees for much of the month of May. Because when you get to the middle of May, the average high is like 75, and it might just hold on to the cooler conditions for much of May. Maybe we're like making up for the fact that it was in the 90s in March, like 5 times, I think is what it was. So there you go, evening back out. We don't need any more rainfall. It's the fourth wettest April on record, so we don't need any more rainfall today. And then May, we'll just see how it pans out. Pressure outlook, a significant fall in pressure coming Monday and Tuesday with the rain chances there. Of course, I'm sure if you're a pressure sufferer, you probably already knew that. There also will be a slight dip with the rain that comes through on Thursday, but the significant one is early next week. Okay, recapping the forecast. Mostly cloudy, a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon between 2 and 7 p.m. especially, but it could be as early as 11 a.m. Highs in the lower to middle 60s. Middle 60s for Friday and Saturday, with some cold mornings Friday and Saturday. About 80 for Sunday, 80s for Monday. The chance for thunderstorms from roughly Monday night through Tuesday night. Whenever they form, we have to keep an eye on them to be severe. Rain lingers through Wednesday, highs in the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday, back into the 70s to near 80 for next Friday and Saturday. Thank you so much for joining me for this edition of the Kansas City Weather Report. You can find me on social media at Wes Weather. Have a good one.